Hello, Matt Elliott here.
Hi, Alan Smith here.
Hey guys, Ian Hume here.
Hi everybody, Jerry Taggart here.
Be sure to watch
Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV
for all the latest Leicester City news and information.
You can also subscribe on YouTube and various social media channels.
for the latest updates and news on Leicester City Football Club.
Come on, you foxes!
Till I Die TV, your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
Right, Chris.
All right there. All right, they're back. How are we doing? How the devil are you all? Hey, it's back. And we have 1 week off and we miss it, don't we? Well, for one of my guests, anyway, at least it meant that they didn't lose this weekend. So that's something. And he knows who he is. It is Leicester Till I Die TV, available on YouTube as Leicester Till I Die TV. Please give us a subscribe if you haven't done already and smash that like button. And we're on all your favourite podcasts. Here's where you can find us.
Watch us on YouTube. Listen on your favourite podcast platform. Or ask your smart speaker to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Subscribe, like, follow, and join in now.
Yeah, FA Cup weekend, and I'm going to start off with a thank you. And that is a big, huge thank you to Arsenal. Because they still hold the record as being the last team that went out as holders in the third round the following season. Poor Arsenal. And of course, they lost to Forest, which means we now have an East Midlands derby that we haven't had, I think it's about 8 years. And of course, and I didn't realise when I'd invited these guests on, only one of the three of us is still in the FA Cup. Yes, it's the holders.
It didn't happen in 49, 61, 63 or 69 when they reached the final. But the class of 2021 have delivered. Leicester City are FA Cup winners at last and are history makers at Wembley.
Leicester Till I Die TV, home of the FA Cup winners.
And yes, I don't care that I'm milking it. I'm going to do it all the way up till May. Good evening, Dan. Good evening, Chloe.
Good evening.
All right.
Dan, well, everybody knows you, Dan. We can't get rid of you. You're like a bad itch that keeps coming back. And I've tried the cream and it just doesn't help. How can people find you, young man?
Yeah, you can find me on Turf Morehouse TV, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you can't find me on there, I'm sure if you're a regular watcher of Chris's channel, I'm always there every now and again. I'm like shit in a field, aren't I, Chris? I'm everywhere.
He's like that bad smell, like a fart in a spacesuit. It's there, but you don't really want it to be.
All about bad smells, Chloe. He'd definitely know all about bad smells, being that age.
It's all I can say. Chloe, good evening. First time on the station. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And where can people find you? I'll put some links in the chat, but how can people find you?
I'm British Tea Hater on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm also on the Albion Obsessed podcast.
Nice one. So everybody check her out there. But what's wrong with British tea? I've been meaning to ask you.
It's not the tea that's British. I'm the British tea hater. I am the British tea hater.
Right.
Because I'm British and I don't like tea. And when I was like 13, I thought that was hilarious because obviously tea is such a British thing. And I was like, it's so funny that I don't like it. So yeah, it's stuck.
Simplest explanations sometimes are the best ones. Just go through a few comments here. Brad, good evening, sir. Hi, Chris, Chloe, and Dan. Hope you're well. He's predicting the Foxes 3-0 win. Oh, well done, Brad. Here's trouble. The missus is in, Dan. Kate, how the devil are you? Nice to see you. Niall, evening, Chris, Dan, and Chloe. Hope you're well. Niall, thank you very much for joining us. Great to see you back, Chris. Missed the content, buddy. Really looking forward to the quiz tomorrow night versus Reese at 7. He is. It's the big fat football quiz 2, I think you're on. You can't miss me. I'm on virtually every night, Niall. And Kate says, there's me thinking you're thanking me for tuning in. My bad. And then we have a bit of a conversation. Well, you've got to watch her, Dan. She's chatting all these men up here.
I'll lose her.
You will.
If it's not me being an arse off camera, then surely it's me being an arse on camera that's going to do it.
Is there any difference?
Not really.
No,
not really.
I mean, I feel guilty asking this, but I'm going to anyway. I mean, I'll start with you, Chloe. You got knocked out, I believe.
No, we're still in it.
Are you still in it?
Yeah.
I apologise then. I apologise. Oh, you are? Yes. Oh, well, you got Tottenham. Yes. I don't know. I'm getting old. I really am getting old. I should have gone to Specsavers along with Boris. Well, that only means one thing. There's only one person here that's not in the next round of the FA Cup, and makes me wonder why we bothered asking him in. Dan, a big 6-pointer for you.
I wanted us to go out. I wanted us to go out because, for where we are in the division, we had to focus on Premier League safety. So I wanted Huddersfield to knock us out, and I'm glad that they did.
You predicted them to knock you out. I mean, who else predicted against their own team?
I took the claret-tinted glasses off, Chris.
I didn't know they even made those.
Well, they certainly made you a claret hat and a claret T-shirt, but we won't get into that.
Excuse me, if you want to know, we've had this conversation, and I'm sure Chloe will agree with this. Is not claret. This is maroon. In fact, if you give it its proper Leicester City title, it's burgundy. And this is, of course, the strip that we won the FA Cup in. But never mind, Dan. One day that might be you. But it is the FA Cup. I'm sorry to start off with this slide first, but it does show the fact there that we won it. But just to put some meat on the bones before we start, there's 14 Premier League clubs, 12 from the Championship, and that'll be you next season, Dan. 3 from League One, 1 from League Two.
Back, Chris. Just don't hold back. Keep them coming.
No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to at all. 1 from League Two, which is Hartlepool United. Come on, Jeff Stelling. 1 from the National League, Boreham Wood, and 1 from the 6th tier, which is always nice. I mean, Chloe, that's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
These smaller teams, it's the dream. And smaller teams.
I always back the underdog unless they're playing us, and then I just want us to demolish them. But otherwise, yeah, it's always nice to see the lower league teams doing well.
Yes, it is. It is, and like I say, unless they knock your team out, but we won't mention those 2 words that I hate: Wickham Wanderers. Chris, put your big ears trophy on the table, Nippon. Gary Lineker. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Now, these are the ones that I've picked out, guys, and you may disagree. I think the top ties, I think you've got to look at Kidderminster up against, hosting West Ham. That's just a dream for them. Same with Hartlepool at Palace. There's the old Premier League game there, Chloe, between yourselves and Brighton. Wolves are playing Norwich. East Midlands, Derby, Forest, Leicester, Bournemouth, Boreham Wood. Any other ties there stick out for you, or would you generally agree with those? Start with you, Dan.
No, I'd say they're pretty much the top ones. Kidderminster at home, they'll be loving that. They'll think they've got a chance in their own backyard.
Yeah.
So why not? Why not? I mean, to be fair, as a lower league side, would you prefer playing away or would you prefer playing at home? Surely you'd rather have that home advantage where, you can get as many of your fans in as possible and pretty much big up a bumper crowd.
There is that, isn't there? But you get more money, I think, if you play away. But it's just the magic. I mean, Chloe, are the replays this round?
I don't think so. It's straight to extra time and pens, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Again? Yeah. Which, to be honest, that's what I love, because how often, Chloe, do you see, like, let's say Kidderminster Harriers, they're 1-0 up against West Ham, and then West Ham would probably get a goal back in the 95th minute, and it goes back to London Stadium, and then obviously West Ham win 4 or 5-0. But it's got to be decided on the day. That's when you're going to get the upsets.
Definitely. I mean, I think our game is pretty much guaranteed to go to extra time, given that we are the notorious draw specialists.
You do like that this season, don't you?
Yeah. Love a draw.
And how confident would you be on penalties?
Not very at all. We're not very good at penalties. We don't even really have a sort of clear penalty taker. I think we've had 4 penalties this season, and they've been taken by 4 different players. So yeah.
And how many did you get?
I wouldn't feel very confident, to be honest, on penalties, but you never know.
No, I did mention before, and I've gone for Middlesbrough Man United as the possible upset of the round. I mean, it's the first game, and I just, for me, Middlesbrough are doing reasonably well in the Championship, and of course, Man United at the moment are just in one hell of a mess, aren't they? Do you see that as an upset, or do you have one of your own? Start with you, Chloe.
Well, this might just be wishful thinking. I'd love to see Hartlepool knock out Crystal Palace. I think it's probably a bit unrealistic.
A bit rivalry there.
Obviously, Palace have the home advantage, and Hartlepool are like quite far below Palace in terms of the league tables. But you never know, and Palace struggled against Millwall. So could be an upset. You never know. I do think, as you said as well, Middlesbrough United could be. I also think, which was the other one I thought? There was another one, but I can't actually see it now.
There's a lot of games, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Dan, I mean, I'd love to see Hartlepool beat Palace, other than the fact that I love to see the smaller teams do well. I mean, with a smaller team to go, you're not in it, Dan. But where do you see the upset coming from?
You're going to keep hanging that fishing rod out and hope that I bite at some point, aren't you?
I am. And I know you will.
I want Kidderminster to knock West Ham out. I want them. The thing is, I don't think West Ham will give a shit, to be honest, about going out. I think their main focus is probably trying to cement a top 4 position, probably trying to do well in European Cup competitions as well. So, is an FA Cup run something they want to do? I'm not entirely sure. However, we all love a story. We had the same with Lincoln City, which we were on the end of that season as well. So that were, I'd love Kidderminster to do it. They're in the 6th tier, as you said, and the fact that they're coming up against some big sides now. I mean, they can't go any higher than a team from the Premier League, to be honest. So why not? Why not showcase what you've got?
Yeah, I agree totally. And for Mickey Flanagan fans watching in, that's West Ham going out, not just out. Those that know, those that know. Right. We'll just have a quick break and then we'll go straight into the predictions. And we've got a lot to get through, so do it straight after. There we go, and there they all are in their full glory. I should really maybe done it as a ticker tape going across the bottom like Sky do, but there we go. We've done it this way. We start off with the Friday night game, and I think I've gone wrong straight away here because I've got Manchester United against Aston Villa. That's not a good start, is it?
Definitely not, Chris.
No, that is Middlesbrough. I don't know quite what has happened there. We'll start with you, Dan. How do you see this one going?
I mean, Villa will be looking forward to being back in.
Yes.
However, yeah, Middlesbrough Man United. Again, it's one of those where there's too much going on at Manchester United at the minute. Without talking about the ins and outs of everything, there's a lot of drama going on with Manchester United. Is that going to spill out onto the pitch? Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, Middlesbrough have got a good chance. And are Middlesbrough actually the away side as well, Chris, or they're the home side?
No, they are the away side.
Well, that's what I mean. You know, they having a trip to Old Trafford, that'll G them up as well. There'll be players, you know, even youth players, however, that will want to showcase their qualities as well. So I do think, for me, how am I going to go for this? I'm going to say Borough. I'm going to say Borough just on the basis of I think Man United have got a lot of stuff going on off the pitch that could potentially spill onto it.
Yes. And Andrew, yeah, I agree with your comment, but I'm not going to show it. So Dan is going for the away win. Chloe, do you agree or do you disagree with Dan?
I would agree with that. Yeah. I think.
Now this is where it gets very confusing because I've never had this before. We've got two C's. Yeah, Chris and Chloe. So I'm going to put you as I have to put you as CL. Should we do it that way? Does that make sense?
Or why don't you use yourself? Why don't you put yourself as L, Chris, for your channel name?
Yes, that is damn good thinking. Yeah, there we go. Let's do it that way. Do you know what, Dan? I knew you'd have a good idea one day.
Just watch it, Chloe. Write these down because if he starts using the C as his prediction when you get most right.
Don't, damn it. Keep it quiet. Keep it quiet. Talking about getting most right, the missus has gone for Man United win there, Dan. So she's going the other way.
She said that
I've said Middlesbrough. I can see this one being an upset. Like you said, there's a lot going on at Man United, even without, you know, what the latest goings on. But yeah, they're just I just don't know what's happening with that club at the moment. I mean, whatever we say, a great club that is at the moment going downhill very quickly. Chloe, let's come to you first for this one. Kidderminster Harriers in the Van Rama, whichever league it was they were in, hosting West Ham.
I think West Ham will win that one. I'd like to see an upset, but I think West Ham will win it.
I think they probably will have too much. Do you agree, Dan?
Yeah, I think West Ham will be too strong for them. It's a game that Kidderminster will literally play out of their skins for. The videos that you saw after their last win, you know, you could see how much it meant to them, how much it meant to the manager, how G'd up they were. Are they going to have that fire in their bellies again? Probably, yeah. But West Ham are going to be too strong for them on paper, even if they put the youth players out, because West Ham have always had a decent youth system behind them as well. So
yeah.
You've got to go West Ham.
If you want to go for the draw, this is the result after 90 minutes. So if it goes to extra time or it goes to penalties, because it was a draw at 90 minutes. That's why we take the draw. Do you know what? I like to be different, don't I? And I'm going to go for the draw. And I think at 90 minutes, I think Kidderminster may well be holding on. But then that extra half an hour, I think that it will tell for West Ham. So yeah, I'm going to go for a little bit of a mini upset there. Andrew says they're good money earner for Kidderminster. Niall's gone Kidderminster to win it. Kate's gone West Ham. My head says West Ham, but my heart says I'd love to see Kidderminster do something. Static, good evening, sir. He says, hi, Chris, Dan and Chloe. Thanks for popping in, Static, even though, of course, you're not in this round of the Cup, because I believe you got knocked out by a championship team. I don't know what was more wishy-washy, Static, your shirts or the performance. I'm sorry, mate. You know, you're always going to have a bit of banter. Thanks for joining us, mate. You are welcome. Chloe, Chelsea hosting Plymouth Argyle. This is only going to go one way, isn't it?
Yeah, I see a comfortable Chelsea win, to be honest.
I don't think. I mean, do you think it'll get into sort of silly figures?
No, I don't think it'll be like ridiculous. I think maybe 3-4 0.
Niall's just gone one better there, a 5. Dan?
I'm using my crazy lifeline. I'm going to go for a draw. I think Plymouth have been a side this season that when they were under, is it Ryan Lowe that's now Preston manager?
Ex-Burnley manager, isn't he?
No.
No?
No. He's, you know, prior to him leaving, they were on some like ridiculous form. They were top of the league. However, they are still fighting in and amongst it. But I just think Plymouth are a side where you don't know what you're going to get from Plymouth. They will be hard to beat. But we know, especially I can speak from a Burnley perspective, when we were in the Championship 2008, going to Stamford Bridge and beating them on penalties. So why can't Plymouth do the same? So yeah, I'm going to go for a draw.
You're going to go for the draw. Static says, thank you for the reminder, Chris. I just got over it too. Yep. You're welcome, Static. I'm here, public service, me. You know what I mean? I've got to agree with Chloe on this one. I think had it been at Plymouth, you could have been talking a different game. I think Plymouth will take it for what it is, which is a big payday. And I'm afraid we'll come a cropper. Now, this one could be interesting here, Chloe. Manchester City hosting Fulham. I mean, you would normally say it should be City all the way, but it's an FA Cup. They might just play, you know, some youngsters out there, and Fulham top of the Championship.
No, I think City will comfortably win that one, to be honest. Fulham probably want to focus on the Championship, surely, apart from anything.
You would think so, wouldn't you? And you would think, Chloe, that, you know, even if Manchester City put their B team out, it's going to be, you know, good enough to beat Fulham. You would think, but Dan, how do you see this one?
I'm the same as you guys. B team, C team, D team. The thing is, Man City have got an abundance of quality, haven't they? Not even just at youth level, but they could probably stick their under-16 side out and probably get a result. So yeah, I can't look past City for this. As Chloe said, it's Fulham's league to lose, so that's got to be Fulham's main priority.
I mean, they are 5 points ahead with the game in hand on Blackburn Rovers, Dan, but Fulham have had 4 wins and a draw, so they've not lost in the last 5. But I've got to agree with you both. I think it will be a Man City. It's not, you know, it's not easy to beat a Man City side, even when they've not got the best players out. Very few teams can manage it. Obviously, Leicester did in the English Super Cup, of course. Just I'd throw that in just to mention it. Andrew says Premier League is more important to Fulham. He agree there. Kate says Man City must win. And now says 3-1 Man City. Now then, we've got an all-championship game here, Chloe. Peterborough United hosting Queen's Park Rangers. Now, Queen's Park Rangers are 4th at the moment in the Championship, and they haven't lost in 5. Peterborough of 3 off the bottom. They haven't won in 5. So you'd think this has got one result written on it.
You know what? I'm going to go Peterborough.
Ooh.
I've got to say, I understand exactly why you're doing it. I understand exactly why you're doing it, because it's like the stats there to be broken, if you get it, if you get me.
Yeah.
The fact that it's at Peterborough, I suppose, sort of helps them as well.
Plus, QPR have just weakened themselves. They've just brought Jeff Hendrick in on loan. So, yeah, Peterborough all the way.
You're agreeing with that. I'm torn with this one, to be honest with you. I'm going to go for the draw.
He's doing a Natalie Imbruglia. He's torn.
Say what, sorry?
I said, you've done a Natalie Imbruglia. You're torn.
I am indeed. But Leicester there. So, yeah, I think at 90 minutes it will be a draw, and it'll be interesting to see how it goes after that. Let's just have a look what they're saying. Queen's Park Rangers, says Niall. Queen's Park of Scotland. Scottish football. Honestly, Sabutio's more exciting than Scottish football. Scott, I hope in the posh beat QPR. Kate agrees with me. See, she's a good woman, is Kate. She's got taste. And Niall, sorry, Nippon's going. Peterborough 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0 after extra time, which means it'll be a draw. You're going for at full. All Premier League tie again here, Chloe. Wolves hosting Norwich City, who are on a bit of a fight back at the moment.
I'd go Wolves. I think I'll win that.
You know, for the Wolves there. And Dan, I mean, you know, you're looking at Wolves, they are lost at the moment. Where have they gone? Yeah, no, they're 8th. They haven't lost in 5, 4 wins and a draw. Norwich, unfortunately for you, have won the last 2. And on top of all that, Kate says clearly has no taste, judging by Daniel's face.
What do you mean by that?
I said she had taste because she agreed with me, you see.
I know, but then she says about my face, like, is she saying, have I pulled some sort of face, or am I basically just an ugly bastard and she's finally admitting it?
I think it's more likely the second one, don't you?
Yeah, it's definitely the latter. It's definitely the latter.
Yeah. So which way do you see this one, Dan?
Yeah, I've got to go Wolves. I think, you know what? In an ideal situation, I'd hope that it'd finish a draw, but I'm going to go Wolves just because I want it to burn Norwich out. I want them to go like the full hog and everything and just burn them out. I'm not bitter about the last 2 wins. I'm not bitter about the fact that they've got more wins than us this season. I'm really, really not. It's just...
Yeah, I can tell.
But yeah, no, definitely Wolves all day. I think Wolves have got a bit of form together, and yeah, they're pushing in the right way.
Right, Miss Melina, good evening. How the devil are you? Welcome along. Thanks for joining us from, is it sunny Canada or chilly Canada at the moment? And as I always say, how are those roundabouts doing? Yeah, they're like their roundabouts in Canada. I don't know with this one because I think that you've got both teams going for something. I mean, Wolves are 8th, so they've really got Europe in the sights, and they could easily manage that. Norwich, 4th from bottom, they've obviously got safety in mind. But a good cup run does. Yeah, I'm gonna. Don't please nobody tell Brad. But I'm actually going to go for a Norwich win here. I think they might just pull off a surprise. Yeah.
Chloe, message Brad. Tell him straight away.
Bugger off. Kate says you pulled a face, you scuff at my tastes.
Well, I've pulled my face when I've had to taste your cooking, so that speaks volumes.
These comments are making it look like Chris is speaking over a wall. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Last time I did that, I was arrested, so I'm going to be careful what I do. So we've got Huddersfield Town in the Premier League. Obviously, the fellas of the team that felled the mighty Burnley last round, and they are hosting Barnsley. That could have been you, Dan. A couple of championship sides.
I'm glad it's not. I'm glad it's not.
Who do you think on this one, Chloe? It's a difficult one, isn't it? That one.
Yeah. I'm going to go
actually, they're just outside the playoffs in the Championship. Haven't lost in 5. They've won 2, drawn 3. And Barnsley are bottom. Drawn 1, lost 4. So that's how it's looking. So do you see it going for a Huddersfield home win there?
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. Is Dan going to take a risk?
It's a clean sweep across the board for Huddersfield. I'm so glad that Huddersfield knocked us out, as I've already stated. However, as well, the added plus is the fact that they drew Barnsley. And if we'd have got through and it were Burnley against Barnsley, honest to God, Sky Sports, BBC Sport, and everybody would have a field day. It'd be like Burnley versus Burnley or Barnsley versus Barnsley. I don't understand how they get those two teams mixed up every time. It pisses us off as a fan base. Literally, it'd be like they'll announce, Wout Weghorst signed for Barnsley. Like, he definitely didn't. It's like, why are you saying that for? So I'm fed up with it constantly.
I used to get them mixed up.
Yeah.
Not.
Well, it might even be harder next season if you're both in the same division, Dan.
Well, it's not looking likely because Barnsley doing the same as Burnley. It seems we're following a trend here. We're both going down.
Oh God, you got to let it go, Dan. You got to let it go. And your good lady says, "Cooking, I'm offended, Morehouse. I was being nice. I was really talking about your face." Anyway, domestic.
No comment.
We'll have a domestic, Chloe, when these two come on here. I don't know why. And Nippon has gone for Huddersfield 2, Barnsley 1. Scott, you're going to confuse me if you're jumping ahead. Because we're looking now at Everton hosting Brentford, Chloe, all Premier League side. Game, sorry. We know how bad Everton have been at the moment, but obviously they've made a couple of good signings, got a new manager in. But then again, Brentford have got, and it's really lovely to see Ericsson back.
Yeah, I'm still going Everton just because I don't like Brentford.
It's like having Steve Lynix in, isn't it? You know, he hates Arsenal and Tottenham. It doesn't care who they play. You know, they could be playing Kidderminster Harrier. He would go for Kidderminster Harrier. So, what have Brentford done to you, Chloe?
I'm not too sure. I don't like how they sort of get this worship since they've come up. It's like, oh, a team that can finally come up and just compete in the Premier League, and I don't like that. And they're just a bit annoying. I don't really know why I don't like them. I just don't.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Brad, do you find Brentford annoying, or are you going to have a chew on a toffee?
I don't know. You'll have to ring him and ask.
I will, Dan. Yes, thank you. To be fair, I usually do the prediction show with Brad, so cut me a bit of slack here.
You're very slack, Chris. I can't cut you anymore. If I cut you anymore, it'll hurt your insides. Yeah. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's like Chloe said. Everton have got that sort of new manager bounce. They've brought in 2 strong midfielders. However, are they going to get chucked into the fray straight away? I'm not so sure. Frank Lampard's still technically trying to find his feet. Brentford, however, it's away from home. It's away from home. other way around, you'd have said potentially Brentford. I'm going to sit on the fence with this. I'm going to go down the middle. I don't think Everton are going to be like, oh, Lampard's come in and he's, the Lord and Saviour.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also think Brentford being the away side and not the home side, they're going to give him a game week being an all Premier League affair. We know that. But yeah, it's going to be based on a roulette. I can see that one going to penalties.
You are going to do what you do in the corner of your bedroom. That's go straight down the middle, is it? I've got to agree with you, though. I can't split these two up. Had it been at Brentford, I would have said definitely Brentford. It's at Everton. Lampard's gone in. As I say, I don't think he's the saviour that a lot of people think he is, but it's a difficult job. His job is just to keep them up, and I don't think he'll be too disappointed if they go out. I think that's not the top of his priorities. So I'm actually going to have to agree with you and go for Everton. Hi, Rich. Thanks for joining us. Welcome along. Frank Lampard is still trying to find where Liverpool is on the map, says Terry. Brentford, now Keane is going for Brentford as well. Stoke, Wigan. Chloe, Wigan are in League One, but they're in second place. 1-3 and then drawn the last two. And Stoke are 12th in the Championship. Lost one, lost, drawn. So a little bit of a up and down theme. But it is Stoke, which is a windy place to go to.
Yeah, I'm going to go Stoke on that one.
Oh, press the wrong button then. You're going to go for a Stoke. I'm going to have to agree with you. I can't see it going any other way on that one, Dan.
Wigan in extra time.
So a draw.
Aye.
Right. You are becoming the draws. It's called doing a Brighton this season, isn't it? You're going for a draw.
Hey, I've predicted just as many draws as you have. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but what you say on here, what actually ends up on the finish sheet to do different things. This is the one that Kate's gone for a draw as well. This is the one that Scott jumped to earlier. And I've lost his comment now, so I don't even know where it is. Sorry, Scott. Oh, here we go. No, it's not. No, you're going to have to remind me what you went for. And I'm guessing you've gone for Southampton. I am going for this one, and I'm going to do a Chloe here that I don't like Coventry. I've never liked them. They are our closest rival. And for that reason alone is why I don't like them. So I am going to go for a Southampton win. And
to be fair, Chris, you'll be going on, won't you, in your red and white t-shirt?
Be going what?
You'll be going on, won't you? We on the living round corner.
Well, I could do. It'd be a match. It's either that or watch Burnley on the telly.
That's why I'm glad it's a free bar on Saturday. Don't worry about it. That's the perks. The perks to watching Burnley this weekend is a free bar.
It'll get you.
That's
through.
How bad it's got.
Now, Chloe, you're not going to tell me on your first show that you're going to come on here and upset the host by going for the team that he hates the most and pick Coventry, are you?
No, I'll agree with you.
Be very careful.
No, I would go with Southampton. Yeah,
I think. Yeah, I mean, even taking my hatred out the equation, I think it's going to be a Southampton. Dan, you're going to make it a full house?
Yeah, definitely has to be.
Yeah, I can't see it any other way. Now, I have a feeling, not only just because of what she said earlier, but with this next game, which is Crystal Palace of the Premier League hosting Hartlepool Town of League Two, that Chloe might be going for a Hartlepool win here.
Yeah, why not?
And I don't even need to ask why, do I? It's just it's Palace. I've got to be honest with you. If I can get the right mouse and get it working, there we go. I'm going to go for a draw at 90 minutes. To be honest with you, I think Hartlepool will hold. Will be going for this because it's their big chance. Dan,
I'm going to go Palace. I'm going to go for a nice even split.
Right, you like your splits.
I
just think with Hartlepool, their history is like League Two. Conference, whatever it's called these days, and back up to League Two, then back down again. And I just see this being their chance to. And let's say it's an FA Cup. I think the 90 minutes, but I think Palace would probably go through and win it. Gone up in my books only ever so slightly by predicting a Southampton win. Nippon is going for Southampton.
I think Nippon's predicted every game to go to extra time.
It could be a long night for some of these clubs. Your missus has gone for a Palace win. 14 Gurge, I think it's pronounced. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'll call you 14. 5-0 Palace. It probably could well be. If they've got the shooting boots on and they're in the mood, then they could well be. But welcome along at 14 and Hayden as well. Cambridge United up against Luton Town. A non-Premier League outing here, Chloe. I mean, Cambridge United are nowhere to be seen. Let me get the right division. Cambridge United are 13th in League One, and they've only lost one in their last 5. And they're up against, as they're hosting Luton Town in the Championship, who are 9th. But they have lost one in the last 5 as well.
I'm going to go Luton. That's just instinctive, no real reason.
To be honest with you, I'm going to agree with you there, other than the fact that they are doing well in the Championship, and they do sort of take our players on loan and look after them, and they did sell us James Justin. So thank you, Luton. Niall's going Luton as well. Nippon's gone Cambridge, and your missus has gone for a draw. Which way are you going on this one, Daniel?
See, at first, when I looked at it, I thought, this has got a chance of a potential upset. This is one of them fixtures that sort of, if Luton's main focus is the league or trying to get into the playoffs, then is this one of those games they could do with chucking? However, do they win it for momentum?
Yeah.
And potentially just lose it by fighting against the big side? I don't know. I think the way that Luton are playing at the minute, they're a team that are literally taking it as we did when we got promoted, like one game at a time, each game as it comes, and it seems to be paying off for them. So yeah, I've got to stick with what you two guys have gone for, and I'm going to go for Luton as well.
You're going to go for Luton. Now then, this next one is interesting. It's a late Saturday night kickoff on ITV. It's some small club in London hosting some small club on the south coast, so it's probably not even worth watching. But we do know, of course, the away team have got, the magical, the saviour for English managers at the helm in Mr. Potter. And Chloe, do I need to ask you which way this one's going for you?
I think we'll just nick it. So yeah, I'm going to go Brighton win.
You're going to go for Brighton win. Oh, there we go. Dan.
Straight down the middle.
Are you going to upset our other guest, or are you going to agree with her?
No, I'm going to go straight down the middle. It's one of those, you've got to look at the way that Conte's got Spurs set up at the moment. They've got that sort of never say never attitude. And sometimes they're getting results late on, as you well know, Chris. So... you suffered that one. Yeah, they got two in dying minutes, Chris. Well done. You can count. Set yourself up, hook, line and sinker for that one, you big shit out. Get in. But yeah, I can't separate them. Luckily for us, extra time or penalties would. But if I did have to choose a winner, I'd hope that in extra time it's Brighton that do it.
But you're going to go for a draw at 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as Chloe knows from the other night when I forget whose stream we were on, I don't buy into the Graham Potter hype at the moment, but he is having a good season at Brighton. Other than the fact that I can't stand Tottenham, and I hate them even more because of what they did to us the other night when they beat us, I'm going to go for Brighton simply because I hate Tottenham at the moment. So come on, Brighton, come on, Potter, show us what you're worth. Is what I say. Kate's going for a draw. And Scott's going for a Spurs win. Scott, I'm sorry, you can't be a Leicester fan if you're going for a Spurs win. I'm sorry. Come on. And then we've just got the 3 games left now on Sunday, and the first one, all of them are on the old box. The first one, again, Chloe, this is surely going to go one way. Liverpool hosting Cardiff City.
Yeah, Liverpool, Scott B.
Yeah, I think I see where you're coming from with that one. It's a shame we haven't got Mike in the chat because he, obviously likes his Welsh teams. So it's the Scousers versus the Sheepshaggers here. Which way are you going to go, Dan?
See, as you said there, for Mark, it's tough because he doesn't like Cardiff. We've been a Newport fan.
I know.
However, he also supports Man United, so he doesn't like Liverpool.
I know. Yeah,
this is a game where if he was told he has to pick one or he dies, he'd probably choose death. Yeah, I mean, Cardiff have just lost their main striker to Bournemouth as well, haven't they, Kiefer Moore? So, the fact Liverpool are strong anyway. However, you can't look past them. So yeah, it's going to be a win for the Reds of Merseyside.
I completely agree with you 100%. And Scott, like we always say, they did come third in the 2-horse race, and we will never, ever let Spurs forget that, even though they'll probably never let us forget the fact that they were losing for the longest time in a match and then coming back and winning it, and they hold that record. The BBC and my old buddy from school, Gary Lineker, will be hosting this, and we know he will not show any bias at all, but I'm interested to see where you two think this is going to go. We've got Leicester, and let's be honest, we're having a very indifferent season. There's no other way of looking at it. We didn't add anybody in the window. We're there in 10th, and I mean, if this last 5 games sums our season up: 1 lost, 1 loss, drawn. The only thing we're consistent at is being inconsistent. And Forest are in 8th place, and they've lost 1 lost their last 5, and is at Forest. Chloe, give me some shed of hope here, will you?
Yeah, I'm going to say Leicester win there.
Oh, she's lovely, that woman. What did I tell you, Dan? I always say she's a lovely woman. Yeah. Oh, and do you see any hope for Nottingham at all?
I mean, I reckon it'll be a tight game, but I think Leicester have enough class to win that one.
Fingers crossed. I hope you are right. Dan?
You all right,
mate? Hang on, let me just hover over the mute button here. Oh, sorry, let me unmute you. So which way do you see this going, Dan?
You asked Chloe for a shed of hope. She's given you that shed. However, that shed is where you'll be sat crying come the end of the game. I think Forest will win this in extra time.
Oof.
But on the plus side, Chloe got you a shed. So swings and roundabouts.
But Dan, I went for you over Huddersfield.
And so did I. Oh, no, I didn't. I went for Huddersfield.
You went for Huddersfield to beat your own team. And I had faith in the Clarets, and you've gone and done that to me.
I have to watch them week in, week out, Chris, which is why I went for Huddersfield.
Scott, Justin, Daka and Maddison to score 3-2 win. Terry, dare I say, penalties. Ooh, I hope not. Andrew Medhurst, we will smash Forest. I truly hope we do. Do I keep my blue tinted spectacles on, or do I take them off?
Are they blue? Are they maroon? What colour are they?
What do you mean, the colour? Burgundy, the colour that we won the FA Cup in last season.
Yeah, that one.
That one. I obviously,
like
my heart says Leicester.
Sunlight, innit? Is that another way of looking at it? Like an aubergine in direct sunlight?
Yes. I so want to say Leicester, but it's an East Midlands derby. Forest are going to be up for this. It's at the City Ground, Nippon. Dan, you got to go off the show. Kate's always welcome. Aidan, good evening, sir. How the devil are you? He's gone Leicester 3, Nottingham Forest 2. I'm gonna have to go for the draw, and I'm being totally honest here. We will get it in extra time, but I think it will be a draw. But can I just say, Chloe has definitely gone up in my estimation, and Dan, you've definitely. I didn't think you could go down any more than you already were.
I was just about to say, I didn't think I could get any lower in your estimation, to be honest.
You've managed it. And the last game, which is on ITV.
I hope you put me down for a draw as well, Chris. I did say draw.
No, you went Forest.
No, I said draw, and Forest will win it in extra time.
God, don't confuse me. I'm old.
You should turn your hearing aid up.
Pardon?
Not that one, the other one.
Don't turn the batteries on. Don't turn it on. It wastes the batteries. Faulty Towers reference there. I must admit, I do prefer Kate to you, Dan. Well, A, she's better looking by a mile, and B, she's going with Leicester.
Exactly.
You know. Last game here, Chloe. AFC Bournemouth hosting the Vanarama, second lowest team in the competition. Boreham Wood from the National League, but it's at Bournemouth. I'd have been tempted to go down for this if we weren't playing, I must admit.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I've got to go Bournemouth.
Yes, yeah. I mean, they're struggling at the moment in the Championship. Well, I say struggling. They're third. Blackburn Rovers have gone into second in the automatic space, Dan, but Bournemouth have got a game in in hand. And you know what? I think Bournemouth. I've got it. Yeah, I'm torn between a draw and Bournemouth. I think I'm going to have to go Bournemouth. Bournemouth win. So hat trick, Dan.
Yeah. Bournemouth have massively strengthened in this window as well, so there's a chance that a couple of them will, probably play.
Yes.
Just to even, get a foot in to realise what, Bournemouth's about. However, I know it's only Boreham Wood and the fans won't shout about the new signings if they score a brace or whatever, but yeah, Bournemouth all the way.
Yeah, indeed. As indeed does your wife agree. Scott, we don't even mention the Liverpool game at this point. Scott, I'm dreading it. Niall's gone for the Foxes as well. Well done, Niall. Good man. That's an extra point in the quiz tomorrow night. So just to run that down, with thanks to you both, we've all actually don't think much hope for Man United. Sorry, Niall, but we all think Middlesbrough are going to get something there. I think Kidderminster will be holding West Ham at full time and win it in extra time. Chloe and Dan have both gone for the West Ham win. Chloe and myself went for a Chelsea win. Dan had his Norwich moment and went for a draw. We all went Man City to beat Fulham. Peterborough United to beat Queen's Park Rangers. I went for the draw. Chloe and Dan again, Wolves to win. I went for Norwich, so I had my Norwich moment there as well. but we all think Huddersfield are going to beat Barnsley. I mean, if they can beat the powerhouse that is Burnley, surely they can beat Barnsley. You know what I mean? And then Everton, Brentford, we were split on that one. We were split on Stoke, Wigan as well. But we all think Southampton are going to stuff Coventry City, stuff them about 4 or 5-0, at least Southampton. And if you don't, I'm never coming to your ground again. We're totally the only game we totally didn't agree on. Palace, Hartlepool. We've all gone for something different there, but we all think Luton are going to do Cambridge. Chloe and myself think Brighton are going to stuff Tottenham. Come on, Brighton. I do want you, Brighton, on that one. Dan thinks it'll be a draw at full time, but we all think Liverpool are going to win. Chloe, I love you, Chloe. You think that Leicester are going to beat Brighton. I do, but I think it'll be an extra time. And Dan thinks Forest will win it in extra time. Is that right? You change your mind that often with that one, but we all think Bournemouth are going to beat
I just think... there's just something about it. The fact that Forest will be up for it more, would be in the division below. I think it'll mean more to Forest in terms of where they are.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, Chloe, do you get to the matches? I mean, when you play, sort of Palace, that's obviously your local derby or your big game. Is it with the players now that obviously we've got so many foreign players in? Do they buy into this sort of local derby thing that is, that we have here in this country?
I mean, yeah, I definitely think a lot of our players do sort of get what the game means. I mean, you look at Neil Maupay, he definitely sort of understands the derby. And he does love a goal against Palace, which is also good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think they do. Obviously, some players don't really get it, but I do reckon generally there's some understanding.
Well, 2014, the last time we played them. So it will be all or nothing. All or nothing. We say there's no replays. Guys, brilliant. Thank you so much for that. You have shown Brad how to do it. We've done 16 games in under an hour. So it's a record. But thanks very much for coming on. Chloe, before you go, like I say, contact details and where to follow Chloe and Dan are in the YouTube description. But Chloe, just give everybody a shout out and tell people where they can find you.
I'm just British She Hater on Twitter and Instagram, and you can also find me on the Albion Obsessed podcast.
Is that West Bromwich Albion?
Forest win, Chris. Change it. Forest win.
Too late. I'm taking it. Oops. I didn't mean to do that.
Because I said too much, didn't I? I said Forest win too many times. I said Forest win too many times, didn't I? You know full well you can find me on Chris's channel most days. I'm probably sat backstage most days anyway. Even when Chris isn't on camera, just waiting, sat patiently. However, if you do want to check out my channel, you can check us out on Turf Moorhouse TV on YouTube and just Turf Moorhouse on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. So, please do head on over and show us some love.
And if you've got nothing to do of an evening and you really want a good laugh, do nip over to Turf Moorhouse Television and look for the Hot Chip Challenge.
Wow, that took a change, didn't it?
I did. These new teeth I've put in don't work. If you haven't seen it, get over and have a look at it, because I mean, I know a bit of it is on my channel, and to me, I watched it and it looked like an audition for a porn movie. But I believe Dan.
Listen, it was painful, ridiculously painful. I had to cut the video because I was crying my eyes out. It was horrible.
All we saw was from here upwards, and you're going, oh, it's nearly there. So what you were doing, I don't know.
It wasn't, I swear.
That was go and watch his version and go and watch the proper version that I edited on my channel.
Love that. Go and watch my version and then watch the proper version that you edited. So the proper yeah. So I've watched the proper version where it's just me eating a hot chip, or go to Chris's channel where you can watch it in a perverted way.
Yeah, I'm like Match of the Day. You get the highlights with me.
That's true.
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
You don't get a glowing reference after it, though.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want an hour. You don't want to watch an hour of Dan going, no.
Hey, that's my longest theatrical performance. I'll have you know.
It was like that scene out of When Harry Met Sally. Do you know the one I mean? Oh, you're too young. You're too young. Anyway, guys, have a great rest of the week. Good luck to Brighton on the weekend. Hope you do stuff, Tottenham. Burnley have got Watford. I'm not going to predict Burnley because every time I do, you lose it. But fingers crossed for you, Dan. And I will see you all back. What day are we on? I don't know what I'm doing. Tomorrow at 7:00 when it's Niall. Will take on Reese, the Battle of the Man United, in the Big Fat Football Quiz 2. Thanks very much, guys. Take care. Stay safe. Thanks very much to Chloe, first time on here. Lovely to have her on. And thanks very much to Dan as well. He's always on. You can't get rid of him. I asked him on once and he just never leaves. He just sort of sits there all the time in the green room. I'm going to play...
It didn't happen in 49, 61, 63 or 69 when they reached the final. But the class of 2021 have delivered. Leicester City are FA Cup winners at last and are history makers at Wembley.
Leicester Till I Die TV, home of the FA Cup winners.
We are no longer the biggest club to have never won it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget on YouTube, Leicester Till I Die TV. Please give us a subscribe and smash that like button. And if you are listening on Catch Up On Podcast, over 17,000 plays in just over a year on podcast. It is totally amazing. We're doing some new things with the podcast soon as well. So hope to get that sorted tomorrow. I've just signed the contracts, what have you. So look out for that coming up. But thank you for listening on podcast. I will see you all tomorrow night for the quiz. Stay safe.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
That's all, folks.
Some people are on the pitch, they think it's all over. It is now.